coordinate antenna.
View coordinate antenna.
Uh-huh. There's your master, right?
Okay.
So you can update your coordinates here. You can look at the info, maybe. Let's look at the, actually, let's view the station file. See, view station file.
New
STA.
station, view station file.
Yeah, let's see what we get here.
Wow.
So it's got your Rhinex information. This isn't exactly what I was looking for, but this gives you a bit more information, right?
Okay.
Let's close this. But you can see here where you can there's your measured height, right? So you could change your height. So if the measurement was wrong, you could change it here and then reprocess.
I was expecting to see this as 2 meters.
Well,
this is the north date. This is the FPRN, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be 0 if you downloaded it, most likely.
Okay.
And so if you bring in multiple base stations through this window here, you can also disable. So let's say you brought in 2 base stations and you were going to figure out which one you wanted to use. See where you can disable one of them in the top right there. So you could disable one and then run the solution, see what the results are like, and then switch, disable the second one, turn the first one back on. But this job, you only have 1 base in here. So I'm just trying to show you got some options here, right?
Okay.
Go ahead and close this.
What is remote?
Remote is the Pegasus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have clicked on that. It's gonna take a while. Okay.
So you wouldn't change anything with remote because it's already set. So
okay.
You can close this. And now if you go to the process pull down, see where it says process, go to process tightly coupled. Yeah. In this window that pops up, you can go into advanced GNSS. And under, you can see here, you can change your elevation mask, right? If you want to include or exclude satellites.
Okay.
That are too close or too far above the horizon, whatever you want. You could change the elevation mask. If you go to ARTK at the top, you can change your PDOP threshold. So if you wanted to adjust, what is a good observation versus what is a bad observation, you could do that. You just get more granularity in what you want to include in your data and what you want to exclude. I'm looking there's a time range here, so maybe go to measurement. No, go back out to the general tab on the left there, general. So omissions. So see down at the bottom, satellite omissions.
Satellite baseline omissions.
Yeah, so you could add a time that you don't want to include. So you could do all satellites, and then you could specify a time range at the bottom. So use a specified time range. And here you could put in the GNSS times to omit from your solution. So let's say you had 15 minutes of bad base data or an hour of bad base data that you don't want to use.
Like we did last Monday, that
you could omit
the
that
first 2
here.
hours we can remove them. Okay.
Yeah. So you get a little bit of flexibility here to manipulate things on a little bit more granular level. This is the expert level, and when it comes to processing our mobile data. So this is something where you want to exercise a little bit of caution and have a backup of your data in case you make a wrong turn or something like that. But generally speaking, you don't have to get in here a whole lot, but sometimes you might need to if you have a bad solution and you want to understand why. In fact, if you hit cancel here, hit cancel again.
Before I do that, let me ask you, I was going to ask you something about this. If I do a specific time range, this is not the usual what I was expecting. I was expecting like the 24 hours or military time.
Yeah, that's GPS time. So I think it's based off of
if I want to translate everything that occurred between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
So let me show you this. So hit cancel. I know what your question is. That's what I was going to show you. So hit cancel again. Cancel. Now in the top, next to the blue hard drive button to the left of it, you see there's a plot there with like a green, red, and blue line on it. Keep going to the right. One right there, plot results. Open that. Now expand where it says plots. All. And now let's look at, let's see, let's go to number of satellites bar. It's about 2/3 of the way down the screen here. Yeah, open that, double click on it. So this is the number of satellites that were used throughout the collection. So the x-axis at the bottom of the screen is the GPS time.
Okay.
And then the y-axis is the number of satellites. This will show you so these are the times that correlate to what you were asking about, right?
Okay, I see.
So here so if you scroll in, those times will scale. Okay.
Is there a zoom extend?
I don't know that there's a zoom extend.
What
I'll do a lot of times is I'll close the plot and then I'll open it back up.
Oh shoot, I closed the whole thing. Well, this is where I found it. Okay.
Yeah. So you can always look at those plots after your job, after you process your data. You can come in and look at those plots, and it'll give you more insight into the quality of your trajectory. But you don't have a project open right now, so you have to open the project first.
And I found this under the trajectory of the project I'm working on. This is an example, not the one that I'm processing.
It's just an example, yeah.
This is a very...
And you can go ahead.
It's a very powerful tool.
Yes. It can be very helpful. So like go back into plots again. Yep. Now go to estimated position accuracy. So this will show you over time the accuracy of the X, Y, and the Z. Estimated. Okay. Here's another tool. So when you're looking at these plots, click on one of the spikes. Just click somewhere on one of the spikes. Yep. Now right click and go right in the middle. It says go to time. And now select on map at the very bottom. Yeah. So you can zoom in, see that red circle?
Yeah.
Now you can see why you can see where there was a spike, okay? And you have an idea of where that happened, right? So now what you can do is go to output at the top and Google Earth, export to Google Earth. Do you have Google Earth?
Yes.
Okay, so click on that.
It's over in a different monitor.
That's okay. It's usually slow.
Loading my places, KML. Close the tips.
But this will show you your entire trajectory in Google. And then you can look at that area that was circled where the spike was and try to understand why maybe the accuracy was not as good in that part. So maybe it was, you know, a lot of trees or a tall building or something like that. But this is a way for you to do a little bit of detective work, you know, to understand your data better.
Okay.
It's kind of slow, huh?
Yeah, I think it's because Pegasus Office is doing something.
Well, plus the video call and all that.
Yeah.
But
This is a 32 gigabytes RAM laptop.
yeah, yeah. Google Earth is gonna throw up over there, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know this is here, right? So this is something that you can experiment with, right?
Okay.
But my point is when you're looking at the plot in Inertial Explorer and you don't know why there's a problem with that area, you can go to the time on map and see where the red circle is, and then you can export this to Google Earth and go to that same area in Google Earth and try to get an understanding of why maybe there was bad reception or a bad solution.
I want to play with it more in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this isn't the best time, but, you know, I just wanted you to be aware that you could do this.
Okay. So it's called
You can kind of see
Inertial Explorer.
Yeah. Here, let me show you something else, too. So go back into Inertial Explorer. Go to the plots again, plot results. And do file data coverage. And hit OK, just hit OK. So this plot will show you your base station is the bottom line, and then the remote is your GNSS, and the blue is your IMU, and it'll show you that your base station data and your Pegasus data overlaps.
Okay.
Open the plots again. Let's look at PDOP. This will show your PDOP level. Okay.
Nice.
So you can see there's a lot of options. Now what you can do is go to output.
Where's my
At the
mouse?
top.
Yeah, I'm looking for my mouse. It got lost.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Output.
And then do build HTML report. Now scroll down. So these are all of your reports that you had opened.
Excellent.
And if you look at the path at the top of the screen, it shows you where that report is saved. It's in your project folder.
Okay.
Okay? It's just an HTML file. You could print this to PDF if you wanted to.
Excellent.
Okay? So that was a quick 15-minute Inertial Explorer introduction training.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. The help section in Inertial Explorer is very detailed. It explains every one of those plots. And with this tool, you get a little bit more flexibility in manipulating your trajectory. Now, if you go back into Inertial Explorer, I want to show you one more thing. Go to Process. Go to Tightly Coupled.
Tightly coupled.
Always tightly coupled. Always.
Okay.
Now, I don't want you to click on it, but do you see the button at the bottom that says Process?
The bottom process. Yes, I see it.
When you click on Process, don't do it, but when you click on it, it's the same thing as when you hit Process in CPO on the...
It's the same thing as that process.
Yes.
Okay.
And the result at the end of Inertial Explorer processing, the result of that is a CTS file. And that CTS file is what you could import back into CPO. So let's say, for instance, you did your processing in CPO and you didn't totally like the results, so you came in here and you make some changes. You change the elevation mask, you change your dot thresholds, and then you hit process again. When it's done, it's going to create a CTS file. You would then import, if you go into go back into CPO.
Where is my mouse? Here.
Oh, it's still processing.
Yeah.
On this processing tab, you can you can import a trajectory, and that's the CTS file.
It's called just like my company. Is the CTS file is my
Yeah.
same.
Perfect.
I'll remember
it's
that.
meant to be. It's
Yeah.
meant to be.
I know.
So anyway, that's just a quick introduction, and maybe this will be helpful for you guys if you get into a project that's a little bit more of a challenge. You could work with Liz or your department head surveyor to discuss some of these settings to manipulate.
Okay.
But just to always remember if you're going to rerun it, to always run tightly coupled, because tightly coupled uses the GNSS and the IMU. If you do loosely coupled, it won't combine the sensors, and you always want a combined solution.
Right, since we have the IMU.
And the
is necessary,
GNSS,
and
yeah.
the GNSS. All right.
So it should always be tightly coupled.
And that I found, let me cancel this, and that I found it here, process tightly coupled.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question. Was this cover in the Leica University in Tucson, Arizona?
I don't know if they did it at HDSU or not. I don't know. I think they did, but I'm not sure.
We have been so busy. I look into that, and I talked to Liz, but we were so busy that there was no way I can I could have gone. But maybe next year. I don't know if it's something that it happens every year or every couple of years.
They like to do it every year.
Okay.
Yep.
It's always in the
So,
same place or different?
It's usually in Arizona.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, you're welcome. And let us know if you got any questions. Just send a ticket into support. And we'll help you guys out.
One more thing now I remember.
Okay.
We need to replace a piece in the scanner. It's basically the mount. It's a black mount that holds the antenna on the left side. The screw on the bottom ties correctly, but the screw on the top doesn't tie correctly.
What is it? What is it?
You know, when you grab the binocular camera and you ensemble the equipment, there are two screws that the binocular camera makes them secure to the Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
That in the black tube there is a support for the camera. The camera is secure. When you push the button, you insert the camera, and it's already secure. But there is a tight screw on the top that it will never get tight. It seems like it's loose. I think it's a defect in the metal.
Yeah, we actually have a recall on that. Not a recall, but we have an upgrade for that, which is free. It's part of your warranty. So what we need to do is when you guys are ready to have your system serviced, they'll put the camera mount upgrade on your system.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a better mounting system that we released a few months ago for service that improves that. So it's a more robust connection, and those thumb screws with the little screw goes away.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
It's good to know. I'm gonna make a note about that because I don't know if it's something that I order because it's on warranty, but no.
It would come in for service, and
Okay.
then they would
will
do
upgrade.
the repair. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Hey, have a nice holiday, man.
Hey, you too.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
Bye.